All right, I need to eliminate Jindosh and find Anton Sokolov.
Thanks for the reminder, Emily. Now, let's see. Clockwork Soldiers sold at auction. That seems reckless. Never before has the wealthy class been able to protect themselves and their holdings with such vigour and style. So price the auction only the likes of the Duke and recently our new Empress could enjoy such protection. So I guess Delilah's got some. And I'm sure we'll find out down the line who else has got them.
Welcome to my home, stranger. The door is always open to those with the will to pass the threshold. If you're here by appointment, then proceed and bide your time. Otherwise, I'd be remiss if I didn't inform you about the defensive mechanisms employed here, which are quite formidable. Many have entered without invitation, for reasons as myriad as the fish in the ocean. But of those who've dared to explore further, very few have found their way back out.
Much like the depths of the ocean, then, I imagine. We're not going to find our way out in one piece unless we're extremely careful. Now, there are two ways we can go about this mission. There's the quiet way, the clever way, if you will, and then there's the stumbling, bumbling, stupid way that we're actually going to take. But I will drop a save here because I think I know how to do the clever way. And maybe I'll load up the save at some point later on so that we can show you just how it could have been done if I was less of an idiot than I actually am. So, we appear to have not a lot. However, we got a lever.
Who would build something like this? And
Look at
why?
this place. It's sick.
Someone's activated one of the mechanisms in my house.
Jindosh.
Welcome, visitor. My home is always open. It's one of my great curiosities, seeing how the common mind navigates these shifting rules.
Common mind. That's
I'm
us.
here in Jindosh, but you must know that.
Now,
Hello? Anyone there?
I believe that's possibly his
Could there be some misfiring of the mechanism?
Clockwork Soldier that's talking now, because they do talk in his voice. They're also not going to be
Then. Strange.
easy to kill. But now we're in hostile territory. And the soldier's on alert. So, how do we deal with them?
Make a note. Remove this playback after the final field test.
There we go, that was the soldier. They can see in front, they can see behind. How vulnerable are they
The machine should begin scouting the vicinity. I knew I wasn't
to crossbows?
mistaken. You skulked about for a time, but in the end your animal curiosity got the better of you. I invite you to continue, stranger. Just come up the stairs. Meet with me face to face in the upper hall.
Maybe we shall. But also, where did that soldier go? Ah, slight bug. Mr. Jindosh.
The machine has lost its quarry. Stranger.
Curious, I wasn't expecting it to get snagged on the stairs like that. That feels like something we would normally do. It's not dead yet though, I've shot its head off.
Okay, the machine has detected the courtesy of seeing you by this point. Displays if someone eludes the machine.
Yep, we've eluded it.
Switching to alternative tactical mode.
Right, so now what? It's
Enemy evasion successful.
doing EMP blasts, as it were.
Make yourself known.
It is taking a lot of shots to deal any damage to it. So we can't do this on all of them. Unless we also use pistol.
Enemy. Triggering electrostatic discharge. Stand clear. present state.
Yeah, it's not in a good state.
Playback indicates some detection with the machine is overheating. Shutdown mode. Enemy evasion. Playback for detection registered.
Now, how do we deal with them then?
Playback indicates lost enemy.
Okay. That may have worked. There we go. So maybe I didn't need all those bolts and bullets. But we can pick up parts. Because I'm sure there's a achieve for picking up like 3 plates. There's one. Yeah. The plaques of the Clockwork Soldiers, I believe, are achieve related. So I do want to try and kill as many of these soldiers as we can. Now, that's the configuration lever again, so we could pull it and close the building up. Or we could...
Come up the stairs. Only invited guests with an appointment may pass beyond that threshold.
Is that so? Is that a pressure plate? Is that what told him that we were opening the door? Maybe. I suppose we should bring out the old heart as well at some point. Runes and bone charms about.
You're surrounded by the individual components of my greatest creation, the Clockwork Soldier.
Are we now?
Now I think I understand.
Oh, that's a stun mine that hit us. Whoops. Do you understand, Jindosh?
I invite you to meet me face to face. Come over to the glass door. Give me up a hall.
Face to face, you say? Is he going to taunt us? Does he think he knows who we are? Maybe he does, you know.
There you are. Magnificent.
Hello. What's up, Jinners?
Now that I see you, I've worked out who you are. Not a hired cutthroat. Your clothes are too fine.
Indeed.
An aristocratic thrill seeker? That's closer. You've trained with weapons formally, but you're not a salon fencer. There's a bit of back alley in your movements.
Yeah, he knows who we are.
All that, and you have your father's eyes, your imperial majesty. Welcome, Lady Emily Caldwin.
Impressive, Jindosh. Then you must also know why I'm here.
I'd assume my involvement with the Duke brought you to my door. Or maybe you're after washed-up Anton Sokolov, comfortably residing in the assessment chamber. Either way, come find me and take whatever it is you seek. But if you fall, I'll have your body carried to my lab for dissection and study. Until either comes to pass, your secret is safe with me.
I'll see you soon, Jindosh.
There we
Until
go.
then.
He's not the worst guy in the world at this point in time.
Soldiers, there's an interloper in my home.
Well, I mean he is, but
Before you stands an adventure.
still. Yuki, what are you doing? Stop clambering on me whilst I'm being bothered by Clockwork Soldiers.
Marvel at the Clockwork Soldier's heart.
Horrible cat. Right, so we've got, what, 2 soldiers in this room. So let's lurk up here for a moment. Whilst Yuki hopefully gets comfortable. Still got a bunch of crossbow bolts left, so that's good. Now,
Increasing oil tank temperature. Boy lost. Hardware is scouting. Playback indicator.
Let's see.
Enemy evasion.
so yeah, they will attack each other
Playback for combat protocol.
if you take their heads off.
Combatant executed.
Lovely.
Switching to alternative tactical mode.
Right, there we go. We've knocked off the head of the other one.
This plays if someone eludes the machine.
Well, yeah, it's easy to elude you when you've got no
Triggering
head.
electrostatic discharge. Stand clear.
Oh, jeez. The damage on that. And the range.
Combat protocol 6.
Oops.
This plays if the machine is successful at putting down a combatant.
Maybe I wasn't crouched, and I probably should have been. So, there's our two lads.
Entering combat protocol 6. Play back for execution of foe.
There we go, we got one down. The other one still stands, of course. Is its head missing?
Switching to alternative tactical.
Its head might still be missing, though. It does seem to think it knows where we are.
Triggering electrostatic discharge. Stand clear.
But now I'm sure its head's off.
Playback for unambiguous enemy.
And we seem to be out of range this time, at the very least, so that's nice. Now,
Overheating. Stop all action.
it's overheating. Now might be the time to strike. Okay, that didn't work. Yep, that was bold. Now,
Combat
if I could take off both of their heads.
Lost enemy. Switching to alternative tactical mode.
And then get out of dodge.
The machine has lost its core. For unambiguous enemy. This plays if someone eludes the machine. Enemy evasion. Successful.
Right, so they're both headless. Is one still up? And one down? Maybe. Or are they both still standing? They're both still standing this time. Curious.
General detection state. Triggering electrostatic discharge.
Right, now they're going to trigger discharges at each other. Is that going to damage them?
Lost enemy. Playback indicates lost enemy.
Hmm.
Increasing power perception. This playback indicates some detection with uncertainty. The machine. Quarry lost. The machine has entered combat.
There we go, they're scrapping. And one goes down. It's curious how they talk in this fashion, like... It's similar to the guards being like, what was that noise? I'm going to walk over here and look. Except it's much more blatant and on the nose. Because it is just Jindosh talking to himself about the programming and whatnot. I like it. It's fun. Now, what happens if we just go up close now? And blast it?
Playback for detection registered. The head is detached. Identify the enemy.
Oops. Gave us a hit there.
General detection state.
Duke.
Is experiencing uncertainty.
And we got it. Good. Right. So, where are your plaques? There's one. Where's yours? There should be another plaque hanging around, I would hope. There it is. And there we go, 3 plaques. We've got achieve. That's the main thing I was hoping for. Now we can avoid the rest of the buggers if we want to. So we can't progress through his door, because that would be a bit too easy. We can't progress through this wall of light because we don't have the technology. So I guess we're going to have to pull that lever and reconfigure the room again. Now, what happens if we ride this bit down here?
The space behind the walls.
Sweet. We've got some space behind the walls where we've not been crushed to death, thankfully. But we're also having trouble moving about. There we go. Aha! That's the whale oil out the way. No whistling while cleaning the windows. Very well. As we learned in Dishonored 1, whistling can be bad for you. Now, is there anything else we can do in this space behind this wall? Doesn't look like it. Heart suggests there's nothing around either, so up we go, I guess. Right, so we could pull that lever again, reset the room, but we may as well just go this way now. Now, what have we got? On Baker's an electroshock. He's got an electroshock machine. He's tested it on a baker. Can obliterate the memories of his life and his personality while not impeding his ability to bake bread. And so he wants to do that to Sokolov. The thought of reducing Sokolov to a state of infantile stupor is satisfying.
What cruelty is this? With this machine, maybe you won't have to die after all, Jindosh.
Yeah, she's like, this is really cruel. Maybe I'll do it. It's like, no, we're not doing that. We're not reducing him to basically a child. We're going to be honest.
Delilah Copperspoon.
And we're going to kill him. But here we are in what might be his bathroom. Clockwork Army timetable. So, we've got cheaper Clockwork soldiers, which means there can be a lot more of the buggers.
This could be the end of the Isles. Aramis Stilton.
Stilton, eh? A mine baron. His name has cropped up a couple of times. Now, what happens if we go around in this little circle? Oh, I've got a painting. That looks very much like one that we can nick. Is there any reason to return that to its original state? Pushes out some filing cabinets, cupboards and whatnot. That rose up into the ceiling, so maybe that's relevant. Oh. Now, what does that do for us? Does it give us access to anything exciting? It appears not. But thankfully there is an emergency button in here, just in case one gets oneself stuck. Yep, nothing else we can do up here, so let's push the button and head back down. Now what do we have? Whole bunch of butterflies, different shapes and sizes. And a painting. The Duke, Kirin Jindosh, Hypatia. A mysterious woman. Got all the stun mines we can carry. I wonder if they work on Clockwork soldiers. We've got a laboratory.
This must be Jindosh's lab.
Curious. Yeah, this is indeed Jindosh's lab. We've got a Clockwork soldier upstairs. I'm pretty sure this is where we find Jindosh, you know. We appear to have gone a fairly quick way to get to his place, which I wasn't expecting. So what we could do now is we could bring him down here and strap him in that chair and put a load of electric through his head. But no, it'd be much more fun to just... Oops.
It's coming from over there.
Unauthorized presence.
Right,
Entering
cheese it.
combat state.
Oh, shit.
Now that your last moment, the last vision you behold is a work of scintillating industry, the very pinnacle of invention.
I was kind of hoping we could
Someone eludes the machine.
chop the head off it, and then it would attack Jindosh.
The search protocol is underway.
That would be
Playback indicates a
hilarious.
woman armed. Quarry lost.
Instead, yeah, we got caught big time. Maybe it's because that first shot didn't take the head off that one properly.
Reintroducing graphite.
Now let's see.
Playback indicates some detection without certainty. Idling. Commence lens refocus.
We can ping one in the head without it noticing. Maybe it'll go mad and kill Jindosh. Or maybe at least they'll fight each other.
No way! It's coming from over there.
Well, we didn't get it.
Aristocratic for combat protocol. Combat protocol. Playback for unambiguous enemy. Combat protocol meet. Unauthorized.
We're definitely not here, friend.
Playback indicates. Okay.
I wanna
Enemy
smell some-
encountered.
Okay, can't get us down here.
Combat state.
Kill her!
The machine has overheating.
Ah! Stun mines. Highly effective, it seems.
The machine is overheating.
I'm glad I checked that. Now, where are those plaques?
Unthinkable. How did you navigate the rooms? Get past my clockworks? This shouldn't be happening.
Well, it is, my man.
I admit you're unlike anything that has ever entered this house. I've listened as you destroyed my clockworks, and I still don't understand how it's possible. It seems I may die now. Where did you go?
Now, can I please get that plaque? There we go. So he's lost us, which is good, I guess.
Come on. I don't have time for games.
Is he actually armed and dangerous? Therein lies a question.
Can't stay hidden forever.
I mean, we could. You're up there, we're down here. Oh,
Kieran Jindosh.
and there we go. Man down. Now, placing the electroshock machine. That just seems like cruelty incarnate. So instead we're just going to go... Whee! Bam.
Goodbye, Grand Inventor.
And thanks for the painting. Now, Brianna started a new effigy cast in Sokolov's shape. So she's a witch of some sort? One of Delilah's crew? Conditioning Sokolov. Yeah, so he'd like Sokolov to help him build the Clockwork Soldiers, and given what we know of Sokolov being generally awful, I wouldn't be surprised if he was actually up for it. He probably wants to make his own, to use for his own purposes. Finally, we find a rune or bone charm nearby. We managed to clear out the big bad without finding a single one, which I found to be pretty curious, all told. And then we got an elevator that would take us to the assessment chambers, which is where we need to be, but we'll continue exploring for now. Now, that rune is underneath us still. Right. So we've got different platforms available to
This
us.
must be the electroshock machine Jindosh mentioned.
Yep, Shamey's dead. So we need more power. So we could have added more power. I guess then the goal is that you bring a whale oil tank in, you plug it in the right place, you set the machine to the right setting, you strap him in the chair. Bob's your uncle. So we're currently on chemistry. Is one of these going to bring up the rune, or is it a case of darting between them when it changes? Let's see what woodcraft does. Let's drop down actually. I'm sure we'll be able to get back up. There's our room. Which gives us 2. One more and we can increase Domino. But I also like Shadow Walk. Now, what can we learn whilst we're down here? Much of anything? Oh, we can get a maintenance key. That could come in handy for sure. Sticky grenades. Wow. And a hatch. Now, I assume each and every one of these platforms would eventually rise up if we go through the options. Oh, letter from Delilah. Let's see. Yeah, don't worry about the void. Let Delilah worry about blank. Yeah, I assume each of these platforms would come up one at a time if we were to go ahead and try them all. But I don't really know if that's necessary now that we've found our way down here and just pretty much robbed everything that might be of use. Can't carry more stun mines. Maybe it'll be worth upping our stun mine capacity at some point. Now, we pull the lever. Then we can potentially pull our way back out. And then yeah, we could select one of these other platforms that would just bring up different tables. But we've looked at them all now. So maybe we deal with Sokolov next. And then we'll clean up any more runes and bone charms that might be around. So, do we go up to his office? Is that just the floor that we blinked up to earlier? Let's have a quick peek. Yeah. Office is the floor we were on, so let's go to assessment chamber then. And here we are. Although, if I remember rightly, we have to carry Sokolov out of here. So maybe it's a good idea to gather up the remaining bone charms and runes first. Either way, that's a wall of light. Disabled.
What? Hey,
What?
who are you? No! You won't get away!
It's been a while. Can't remember how to combat. There we go. We got you in the end. Now you sit tight. Pretend you didn't see anything. We'll go back to actually sneaking. Okay, rune or bone charm nearby. Good. Oracular Order divided. So the Sisters of the Oracular Order delivered a message that called into doubt their former position on the illegitimacy of the new Empress, Delilah Kaldwin. So some of them thought Delilah was cool, some of them did not. The overseers of the Abbey of the Everyman aren't still entirely sure about Delilah, but it seems like the sisters used to be against her, but now they're not. So Delilah's installed someone in charge who is more on her side. And we've got a new bone charm. Tricky timing. Enemy grenades take slightly longer to explode. Well, it can't hurt to have it, can it? And we're left with what? A bone charm and a black bone charm. No more runes. But here's the assessment chamber. We can look down upon it. And somewhere in here is a room full of Sokolov. Here he is. He's having a kip. Now, any of his paintings worth snatching? Doesn't look like it. So we've got another lever there. And yeah, it is telling us that there's a bone charm nearby now. Should be that one, I guess. Are we able to reach up there? Well, we've got a flight of stairs that we can stroll up. No guards around. Oh, there's a guard. Top stealth. Yep. I'm sure there's no one here.
What's going on here? Stop! Take
Yep.
this!
Take what, exactly?
Back here!
Lovely. I'm glad that we can be non-lethal while still being absolutely useless at stealth. If this was the first game and there weren't really many non-lethal combat options, we would have murdered everyone by now. Because of how poor I am at the whole stealth side of things. But that's fine. Now, where's that bone charm? It's up there somewhere. Where even is this room? So, private guest area assessment chamber. There's a maid. So can we do anything out here? Bone charm's 14 meters away now. Is that floor above us though? I think it is. The text just suggests that, yeah, it's a covered floor. Where's that cable going and what's it for exactly? Is it for the elevator? So, second floor's private. Let's go up to have a look at that, shall we? Nope, a couple of guards. Come on, get through that hole. Good.
Nothing then.
From Morley, our love ended poorly.
Nothing.
I spied a lass from Bristol. 'Twas good I had my pistol. Then I met a lady from Tivia. Something and happier.
Right, why can't we sneak through this? Great. Feels like we should be able to, but then we're snagging on it somehow. There we go. We're through. So, we've got the advantage. We've got top stealth on the go. Is this going to lead us to that bone charm? Do we need to domino these guards? Right, is he too far away?
Is that my breath I'm smelling? Maybe my teeth are due for their monthly cleaning.
There we go, we've got one. Can we get the other? No, doesn't look like she's going to show up anytime soon, so maybe we just...
Who is she to say I didn't deserve a promotion? She wouldn't know a promotion if it hit her in the head. In fact, maybe that's just what she needs.
Yeah, that works. Right. There we go. Guards down. Arc pylon being brought up. That doesn't sound promising. But I don't know if it affects us. Oh yeah, there it is. Lovely. So there's an arc pylon down there. Do we need to worry about it is the question. Maybe the answer's no. Because we've got these two bone charms nearby. Let's see. So that one is now below us. Yep. You ain't seen shit, friend. Okay, that Clockwork Soldier may well have in fact seen shit.
Switching to alternative tactical mode. Triggering electrostatic discharge. Stand clear.
Hopefully that's not killing those soldiers. Stun mines, of course. But either way, being up here doesn't seem to help us get this bone shot.
Playback for unambiguous enemy. Playback for combat protocols.
Now we're stuck in that position again where we can't quite get through this lift. But we can blink through it. And then we can get our stun mines out.
The machine is overheating. Shut down mode.
Ouch.
Overheating. Stop all action.
I think we got it. And I think we got the second one as well. Lovely. So once again, clumsy AF. But we got the job done.